Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. We're here on Duckla Pass, standard battle, and I'm in the Hammer. And this is an odd kind of a game because I didn't actually mean to go where I went at the start. I kind of wandered there by accident. Basically the game started and I started a conversation with my nephew who wandered into the room, and we were chatting away about something or other. I don't really remember what. However, we were yapping away and I just drove forward and finished up in a location that I wouldn't normally take a Tiger to. If I was going up north, I'd be inclined to go to those houses up there around E2 and let other people scout for me, because the Tiger isn't blessed with a huge view range, and I don't have any view range extension skills or anything on the crew. It's the job of other tanks to show me where stuff is, and I clower it. But I got involved in the conversation, didn't really pay attention to what I was doing. And then I sort of drove up here, and all of a sudden then I wondered, well, now that I'm up here, what am I going to do now? We're actually rather badly deployed. I personally don't think it's a good idea sending too many heavy tanks down along the low ground there on the southern edge of the map, because it's a bit of a death trap, and most of the time I think the southern spawning tanks die when they make contact with the northern spawning tanks. And we've got two TDs way out on the extreme west, and well, they obviously can't see what's been shooting at me, and the mediums are behind me. At least one of the mediums should be in front of me, so as we can spot things. Fortunately, that light in the middle has spotted a few things for us, and he has no, he's going to die, I think, because he's out in the open there. There's very little cover. But he's had a couple of effects. One is that a substantial force are obviously driving west across the northern map. The light tank got spotted, or maybe the heavy tank in the edge of the town. And these guys turned around and went back and started shooting at them. This gave the two TDs a chance to continue their envelopment along the western side of the map, sort of unmolested, so to speak, and I was given the opportunity to shoot quite a few tanks passing in front of me who were crossing open ground to go south. That's actually a pretty bad route south, especially if the guys are heavy tanks on the southern edge gain the ridgeline there. Again, you're in low ground, being shot at from high ground, and all your retreats are uphill except back the way you came, and back the way you came is under the gun of me and possibly those two TDs. So I reckon there was enough of them gone down that it was actually worth pushing this direction. So this is exactly what I started doing. I started pushing in. My bet that I was taking was there wasn't many left to the north of me, so I could push more or less safely across this road. Now there is a Firefly making a run for it, and we finish him off. Now we take a hit from some of the tanks that have pushed into the middle here, south of my current position. Thought I might get a shot at this guy, but he's pulled back behind the ridgeline. And I need to start paying attention to the tanks the direction to the south of me. So you have that Super Pershing there. I've managed to track him, and I thought initially that I had him with his gun come to bear on me, that there was some obstacle between me and him. But he managed to put that shot into me, so obviously that wasn't true. But we get rid of him anyway. And we have reasonable amount of damaging ribbons and assistance damage at this point. Carnarvon's gone. There aren't many enemy tanks left, and I suspect they're all here. There's probably a few of them on the ridgeline there ahead of me, so we're going to push up behind the buildings and get onto that ridgeline. So if nothing else, it'll spot tanks for our allies. So you have the VK3601H, which I'm going to unlock shortly, and we put a round into the front of him, and he takes a fair punishment from allied tanks behind me. Tiger is safe, and I don't think the guy's behind me, but there's people coming onto his flank that'll probably get him if he's not careful. And if he's paying too much attention to me. I'm still picking up spotting ribbons there, so there are other tanks obviously that I was spotting and I was getting some credit for. I messed up that shot with the Tiger there, the angle was too much, but he takes a solid hit from somewhere and gets completely taken out. A T-25-2 sticks his nose out to shoot me there and gets wiped out for it. So that just leaves the Boilermaker now. I think the Boilermaker probably take me on his own just on sheer rate of fire and the fact that he's got more hit points left than I do. However, he also gets taken out of it. They're big hits. I suspect it's one of the tank destroyers behind that's doing the damage. That leaves only one enemy tank. So we've managed to pull the situation back and actually come out very comfortably on top. We only lost one tank. And it just shows sometimes the danger of spotting a tank too early in a place that you shouldn't go. 4 or 5 enemy tanks were up here in the northern edge of the map where they could have given us an enormous amount of trouble. And because the tank was spotted in the centre, they all rushed down towards that tank and they died. Whereas if they had stayed where they were or had been more judicious about the direction of advance, if say they hadn't gone down the road and into the village there in the centre of the valley and just came up along the ridgeline towards where I was, they'd probably have done a lot better and they'd have caused a lot more damage to us. It would have been a tougher fight. So 2,400 damage, 1,400 assisted damage, second class mastery, first mark of excellence on this tank. So I'm definitely pleased with that result. I came first by experience as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, found it interesting, and I'll catch you again soon.